And what's the point exactly? It's okay that a billion of Nigeria. What's the point? The point is still scattered and miscombobulated, and we can't find it, right?
Now hunger carry you come out.
The light is
my
trying to come back.
Burn.
The light is trying to come. The light is trying to come back.
Waiting to my bulb. Hey, an electrician don't close.
The light is trying to come back. Wait, oh.
They don't bring the
light. Hey,
back.
I see you. I'm coming to you right away.
Don't bring her back. Be like saying that my bulb don't go. In 2 minutes, the light is 56. I'm timing it. 58 seconds.
The light did not come back.
If they don't bring it back, let me go and bring my ring light. Ring light day here. I go just plug and direct. Now the bulb get problem. No, the time,
We're still timing it. We're waiting.
Someone say hunger day Nigeria, hunger day, and now because of that hunger, people take wrong commots.
Okay.
The people arguing. My master's fantastic, but let me tell you this. Let me tell you something. When University of Ife was University of Ife, you not relocate because of masters. You will not relocate because of masters. Where's my ring light?
So again, he's disagreeing with himself in real time. When University of Ife was university, you will not relocate. Okay, that's the point. Are you arguing with yourself? Which one exactly is? What is going on here?
The light directly. I don't know waiting do the bulb. I'll plug it for you now. Straight up.
Somebody said in the comment that Nigeria just happened to you.
My bulb that is acting up.
Poetic justice in real time.
So, no be the ring light I don't connect. So
yeah, it's like before argument. Exactly. before encore. Duh.
Some people are relocating because of safety. Now I know people.
So the light never came back. He turned on the ring light. Okay. Yes, he said the light came back, but he plugged the real light. Okay, that's my word against this. I don't believe the light came back. Okay, maybe the light came back. Even if the light came back, right? By the time it was already 20 seconds that light blinked, right? We've got a problem, bro. It's not just that the light blinked for me. Imagine the rest of the quality of the life of 200 million people that this very one thing is affecting. The fact that power is not stable. Just imagine the magnitude of what we're talking about. Beyond yourself.
People who were robbed. I know people who had real security issues.
Okay. So you were arguing against yourself. I'll play this last one right quick.
That's my point. And if Nigeria was good, you will not be there. That's my second point.
That's the point. Okay.
Come back on.
You're right.
3 minutes. This is the longest they have ever taken my light. Let me pause, stop it so you can check it. 3 minutes, 41 seconds. Look at it. 3 minutes, 41 seconds.
3 minutes, 41 seconds. Every single day they will take my light.
The light they brought was low current.
This is the best case scenario in Nigeria. They brought you low current. Do you know what low current is? I grew up in Nigeria. I know what low current is. You know what low current is? Imagine somebody bring you power, but they can't power your computers. Just imagine that. Right? Yeah. What's the point?
Someone said fuel price is crazy.
What was the point? Let me bring my brother to the stage real quickly. What was the point? What's going on, Shay? How you doing?
Well, good evening, Mr. Ola.
Good evening, my guy. How you doing?
I do.
You collected Wutu. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You know, you pressure to answer. I don't know if you get them yet, but I did here for you, but pressure.
Everything I do, I will. Pressure to what?
Continue, my guy. Continue.
So I don't want to be the first person to talk. A lot of people have been attacking me in the not attacking. They've been asking me questions, probing questions, and some questions I deflect deliberately because I want us to have a conversation and not a confrontation. It's a conversation, not a confrontation. It is normal for us to have divergent opinion, and that's why the world is a merrier place and it's a very interesting place. You understand? Daddy Freeze can have his opinion. The late Kevin Samuels can have his own opinion.
Right.
I can have my own opinion. You can have my own, and that's why we are human beings. So it doesn't take anything out of us as a person. You know.
Correct.
So I'll just wait for other people to come in to join to give.
No. This platform is a lot less smaller than Antibi show. Other people may not come in. This is your time. Just talk to me. It's just me and you conversation. If they come in, we'll make room for that. Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Ola, I want to ask you some few questions. The first question I would like to ask you first is, what do you define as happiness and success? Oh, sorry, what do you define as happiness?
Me personally?
Yes, you personally.
Okay, so me personally, the first thing I'll tell, what I define as happiness, as success for me, is a balance between short-term and long-term sense of joy. Okay?
Oh.
So it's a little bit deeper than just happiness. But I don't like discounting momentary happiness. I like that I'm happy right now in this moment that I'm talking to you. I don't want anybody to come and tell me that, it's not just short term. No, it's both. It's what becomes long term. And I understand also there will be ups and downs in life, right? Success for me at this stage in my life is legacy. I'm 43 years of age. Legacy, not necessarily in the sense of my children, partly because of that, but the fact that I can have a conversation with my kids. They're teenagers, right? And they can actually comprehend what I'm saying, and I can see it in real time, showing in their results they are creating. That's successful for me.
Oh, very interesting. Okay, so based on that, you've looked at happiness as joy, short term and long term.
Yes.
Now let's look at marriage. I don't want us to focus on Daddy Freeze.
Yeah,
there are
sure.
some errors he made. He made some errors and he's human. I'm not supportive of him. I don't stand by some of his principles. Of course, the principle of tithing. I don't agree with it.
Oh, you don't agree with that, huh?
No, I don't. I don't, because even the Bible says we should give, right? And even the early Christians, when I'm talking about the early Christians, I'm talking about plenty. If you're going to look at the book of Acts, he talked about give. In fact, there was one time that somebody gave and lied to the prophet, to the disciple, and the person died. The Holy Ghost struck the person, and the person died. You understand? So that is a point. So giving already is the Bible. So I don't agree. Not in all points. I do agree with him. Some points I agree with him. Will I abuse him or curse him because of what he said about 2 weeks? Some few days back.
A few days ago.
The answer is no. I will not. It's his view. He's entitled to his opinion, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he has spoken. I was talking in the comment section.
Right.
And I said that maybe that the Freeze has been speaking to people who
He has.
who have experienced very bad and traumatic marriage.
Right.
I do not know what the information he has.
I'll answer it. He has been.
Exactly. I'm not privy to that information. So I cannot act based on that.
Right.
Now, let's go back to your definition of happiness and success. What would you define what is the guiding principle of a happy marriage and a happy home? What do you base your principle upon?
Right. So a happy marriage, a happy home. My principles with regard. I need a little bit more context around that question.
Okay. So
yeah.
What do you say? What do you model? What concept or what concepts?
Oh, I'll give you one. It's actually scriptures, right? A house divided against itself, right? Is that how they say it? Because I'm not really a Bible
It shall
scholar.
not stand. Yeah.
It shall not stand.
Yeah.
It's not, and that's against, as compared to just a set of ideologies that is correct in that person's eye, but it's only them that agree to it. Once the other person does not subscribe to it, either in form of actions or their words, you have a broken home, effectively, regardless of how right you are as an individual, because there's two individuals in it. You get it? That's the concept I operate by. Okay, and I pull that from the scriptures. I'm a church boy. I'm just not a Bible scholar like that. I play the keyboard in church, right? A house divided against itself cannot stand. And what I just said is a moving target, meaning what we agreed to yesterday as a default of life can change goalposts tomorrow. It's just what it is. Change is the only thing that's constant. And being able to read that, adjust, adapt to that without conflicting that with I must be a doormat is part of what makes us leaders.
Sorry, rephrase that your last sentence again. I didn't get that very
It's a moving target. The idea that you need unity ultimately between you and that other person, regardless of what side we're talking about, right?
Absolutely.
The idea of seduction is to get them, you give them value and they're now on the same page without using control or manipulative tactics because there's value in it for them, right? That's the idea of seduction in the context that I use it here, right? And that's a moving target. I might have successfully seduced you yesterday. Tomorrow is a different day, right?
Okay.
And part of that concept also is that nothing is guaranteed. Because now that I know that nothing is guaranteed, I calm down small. I move with humility, right? And that's what actually helps me create better results because I have managed expectations, okay? So again, it's a very moving thing. It's a dance, right? It's like day to day because change is constant. Okay, so the concept is still true. A house divided against itself cannot stand, but it's not a rigid thing, right? Bruce Lee said, "Be like water, my friend." We're talking about flexibility now. Okay, now the problem comes when we start confusing that we don't have values. Does that mean I can't have my own value? I can't have standards? That's where the conversation start becoming sticky. Did that help? Are you there, by the way?
You helped a bit, but if we're to go by your definitions of happiness, success, and your precepts or your conception about marriage that should be biblical, then we understand, we will know that what we have in the current scheme of things, whether irrespective of where you are,
right,
is not marriage. Do you agree with me?
What's your definition of marriage?
My definition of marriage is based on Bible principle.
Yeah,
Man,
what is that?
Love your wife. Woman, respect. That's the height.
Right.
And it's a loaded statement with so many meanings.
It is.
But that's
and I go by that principle too. So where are we disagreeing? No, that's. So the reason why I disagree with that, that's precisely what we have. So in a different environment, case in point, 1964, right? People don't have as many options. So it takes a lot less for you to earn the idea of a woman respecting you. It's closer, it seems closer to duty and responsibility. It is not. There is value in it for her to respect you. It was at the time, but the context has shifted, has changed.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, as it appears now, I'm talking from now, during this age of social media.
It's still true. That's what I'm saying. It's still true. What do you mean by it's not true? What do you mean it's not true? Tell me what you mean.
You and I know that. I'll tell you what.
No, what I know is that it's still true. It's still a true concept. The fact that we are creating terrible results doesn't mean it's still not true.
Okay, correct.
Okay.
The Bible is the unfallible word of God.
Yeah, it's the truth because it's undefeated and the truth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it might take us time to figure it out, but because we're trying to figure something out doesn't mean that the truth changed.
But how many people believe in the concept, in the biblical concept?
In the biblical concept? The concept,
yes, of marriage.
So this is one of the mistakes that Christians make. They think the biblical concept is just for them. The concept in the Bible, as I understand them, I've read the book back to back a few times. It's not just for Christians. That's a terrible mistake. It's not
I'm
just for
talking in
Christians.
this context. I'm talking about a Christian marriage. I'm using Christian marriage. I'm not using Muslim marriage or Hindu.
We're saying the same thing.
Christian
It's
marriage.
precise. Christian marriages are falling precisely because they think the concept is something to use to manipulate the other party. No, you need to understand it deeper. Yeah, you need to understand it deeper than just creating rules for people to stay in a marriage. Rules is not going to work, not in that context. Okay, rules will work in context of understanding as principles, right?
Why do you think these marriages do not align with Bible? These marriages,
Because we're out of order.
As I speak of currently now, why do you think it's not working? Irrespective of whether it is the West, the Nigeria, or the Africa, whichever one. Let's take it up from there.
Right. So imagine, okay, we have the sun, right? I'm going to use this concept for you. We have the sun, and we have seeds, and we have the soil, a fertile soil, right?
Okay.
And then I'm in a space. Something has shifted. There's an evolution according to Daddy Freeze, right? Something has changed in my brain. I've adapted, right? And somehow I think that the soil should just germinate, crop, produce, right? It should just germinate just because the sun, and I don't put the seed in the ground, right? Imagine that. Or let's use another one. That's one, right? Let's use another two, right? Imagine I actually have the seed, but the context have changed. I moved to Sahara Desert, right? The condition is not conducive, but I actually have seed, and I put the seed in that sand, and it's not germinating. And I'm not asking, like, what changed? Why is this not germinating? It's out of order. The context changed, or I don't have the seed. Something is wrong. We are out of order. You cannot blame the soil as the person who is the farmer. You cannot blame the sun. You have yourself to hold accountable and responsible. What happened here? Am I in the wrong environment? Has the context changed, right? So when you say love and respect, love starts first, right? And respect. That means respect is going to be earned. That means it's an active dance of move. It's a move. It's a dance, right? It's not a simultaneous thing like rules. Like when you bring this, I bring this, and then we meet. That's not how it works. Okay? There's a lot that goes into it. The other person that's respecting you, they might dash you respect because they see you as a man with a prick. But could it last? At some point, your relationship is going to be tested, and you have to demonstrate that you deserve or you can earn that respect. And the one you earn is much more sustainable. Clearly, the one that they dash you because you guys were in love, clearly it's not sustainable, because if you look around you, it's not working. Back in 1964, a different context, right? They needed you. There is no options, right? Protection, provision, that society, right? A lot less enlightenment, as in people don't know what they don't know, right? Today is different, but the needs are still the needs. The truth is still the truth, no matter how much we try to monopolize it, right? And the truth is that we still need each other, right? But it's a dance. It's not a situation where you say, "Oh, we meet, we will do that sometimes," or seemingly do that, but it's not sustainable. It's not working. It's out of order. And the way men are trying to solve this problem is to hold women accountable to just respect just because. It worked before because there was a different type of value. It will not work 23 and beyond. Yeah, it needs to be earned.
Here's where I disagree with you.
Sure.
I have my own opinions.